seconds ago. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Snap to Mahomes, looking, steps up, scrambling left, still looking, still waiting, fires it into the end zone. Broken up, incomplete, and there is your dagger. The game is over. The Packers have defeated the Chiefs 27-19. Oh, what a moment for this young team. What a moment in Lambeau Field history. Wow.
Great call for a great moment last night. Wayne Larrivee joins us now. Our conversation with him is brought to you by Cowall Investment Group, the retirement specialist. Wayne, good morning. That sounded like a great call, a joyous booth there. That was a fun one to do, wasn't it?
It really was. You knew the Chiefs were going to come back after trailing by a sizable margin at halftime. You knew they'd come back, and you'd see their full fury. And the question was, how would that young Packers team hold up? And they held up very well. And
you kept that dagger sheathed until the very end, which is a wise thing to do.
I thought I forgot to use it. I thought I forgot. I didn't realize it just came out naturally. I didn't even – after the game, I said to myself, I don't think I ever used the dagger line in that game, but there it was in the end.
Yeah, there it was in the end. I like to trigger Josh driving home from games while we're watching and listening to you guys by prematurely saying that should be a wrap there. After the Keshawn Nixon interception, I'm like, that should be a wrap. Josh is like, oh, what are you doing to me, man? Well, are you just trying to get me upset? And I'm like, yeah, and it's working.
It did work. Yeah.
Because I don't believe in the same kind of karmic juju that he does. But yeah, I did say, though, at the very end, I go, and I turn to Josh, I go, I don't like how close Mahomes is to the end zone, and he's at the 50, Wayne.
Yeah, I know.
I said, I don't like how close he is. He's at the 50. I know. That's close for Mahomes.
69 seconds to go and no timeouts, and I think I said to Larry on the air, he said, did they give him too much time? Because, that's exactly the kind of situation we used to get with Rodgers. I mean, you give him 69 seconds and 80 yards, no timeouts, and he'd take it to the house. And I thought Mahomes was going to do that too, because he's every bit that kind of a guy.
Wayne, I need your help. I don't think I'm the only one, but I'm going to sit on the couch here and I'm going to have you help me. Why was I so negative on this team when they were playing what I thought was bad football? Because they showed glimpses at times. And I don't think I'm the only Packer fan that was negative about this team. At times they looked bad. At times they showed glimpses. It just looked like they were never going to put it all together. And all of a sudden they did. Why was I so wrong about this team?
And I think all of us probably fell in that category during the 4-game losing streak. But, they, as you mentioned, they had showed signs. There was the win in Chicago on opening day. And again, I know people qualify that. There was the comeback win in the fourth quarter over New Orleans. And then there were some bad losses. I mean, they got boat raced by Detroit. Minnesota beat them soundly at home. They lost tough games on the road at Denver and Pittsburgh. So, I get where people are coming from. And I understand it, but I think the point is this, Butchie, we said this all summer. This is an inexperienced team, especially on offense. It's the youngest team in the league. So you're going to have good and bad. And, if they have talent, the talent we thought they had, then you knew you'd see some good in addition to the bad. And we're now seeing the really good stuff. Beating Detroit and Kansas City, 2 of the top 5 teams in the league on consecutive weeks. That's impressive. I don't care how old your team is or how young it is.
What's been the most impressive? This Green Bay Packer defense or Jordan Love? Because no one's
it's been Jordan Love. It's been about him. I think the defense has been scrappy. They give up a lot of yards, that type of thing. They make just enough plays to win, it seems like. But it's been Jordan Love and his maturity. If you look at what he's done, hasn't thrown an interception since the Pittsburgh game and the touchdown passes. I mean, 3 touchdown passes a game, it seems like, with no interceptions. He's been the catalyst.
So you got a defense that is now congealing a bit. The calls to fire Joe Barry have died down quite a bit there. Dillon has been getting better and better and very productive. The O-line seems sorted out. The receivers are meshing together way better now. The debate about can Christian Watson win a 50-50 ball? My God, that right there, thank God, that debate's not going on. First of all, what is the word injury-wise on Christian Watson?
From what I was told, it was a hamstring. And those are the kinds of injuries you really don't know about until a day or two later. And so we'll see. But boy, that was a tough injury to see. He kind of slipped, and I think that's where he pulled that hamstring. We'll have to see. Hopefully, it won't be long. But you're exactly right, Czabe. He especially, but I think all these receivers are attacking the ball in the air. And that's something they weren't doing earlier in the year for whatever reason, be it youth and experience, whatever you want to say. But Christian Watson now, if Love gets it into his area code, he's going to get the ball. And he made some great catches again last night. 7 catches, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Packers still have not had a 100-yard receiver yet this season. But, look at the list of the guys who caught passes, and it's like 8 or 9 guys a game are catching the ball.
Yeah.
Wayne, I'm looking at the last couple games. The game against the Chargers, there were opportunities for the Chargers to win that game, and they let those slip. So I'm not going to give the Packers a ton of credit on that one. But the game on Thanksgiving and then the game last night, they're playing A-plus ball. And a lot of that, as has been pointed out, is the wide receivers. But how crazy is it that it seems like the entire receiving corps just figured it out all at once? It wasn't just, Dobbs. It was all of them. Everyone's getting open. Everyone's getting opportunities all at once. It all clicked at once.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been all at once. I'm sure there's been a progression of one sort or another over the last month or so. But these kids have, we knew in training camp they have talent. Dontavian Wicks, you look at Malik Heath. Wow, what a pickup he's been. Jaden Reed, you knew he had talent. Watson and Dobbs, we knew something about. But this is a receiving corps that's really come together, and I think a lot of it, when we were discussing this thing in the middle of that 4-game losing streak, and people are asking Brian Gutekunst, the general manager, what about Jordan Love? And he said the guys around him have got to play better for us to get a reading on Jordan Love. And Love has played better himself. He's making more better decisions, taking the check down when he needs to, making the tough throws when he has to, that kind of thing. But I think a lot of it has to do with the people around him are playing much better in specifically those young receivers.
Yeah. Goody is doing an amazing job. He's got 2 layers of talent on D up front with the Wyatt Walker class, Van Ness, who got a sack last night, another layer coming in there. Got 2 layers now coming in at wide receiver and tight end with Watson and Dobbs, followed by Reed and Wicks with Heath as a bonus baby, plus the tight ends. And there's more coming because of the Rodgers trade. And they're now trending to be a playoff team, possibly, knock on wood, carrying a $40 million stone of granite in dead weight on the Rodgers contract. I mean, you're not going to get better GMing in the league than what Goody's doing, right, Wayne? You're not.
They've got $60 million on the cap, Czabe, that is dead money. $60 million this year. So they've been unable to make any. You talk about
225. So it's a quarter of the cap that's dead.
Yeah, this year, and they'll come out from under some of that next year, not all of it, but some of it, and they'll be able to make a move or two in free agency next year, I would think. But they're getting maximum. I think maximum service out of this latest draft, and on both sides of the ball. I mean, Carrington Valentine. Hey, the explanation on that non-pass interference penalty against Marquez Valdez-Scantling was the officials after the game. I read the report, said he did not restrict the receiver enough to merit pass interference in that circumstance.
Okay,
so that's the official.
Interpretation.
But the other thing is this: I thought Patrick Mahomes was still in bounds when he was hit out of bounds on that same drive.
Well, he was
absolutely.
Now, is it an NBA deal? Is it a makeup call one way or the other? You can speculate on that, but I thought, that to me, I think the Packers got maybe a little leeway on the PI, and they got kind of. I don't think that was the right call on Mahomes in the sidelines. Hard hit, yes, but Mahomes was technically still in play. It looked like to me.
All right, Wayne, we're going to let you go. You have a busy Monday. No rest for the weary. Great call last night. And your TV show you're going to tape later today will be on Tuesdays on TMJ4. For those who don't know, 6:30 Packers Live with you, Lance Allen, Dennis Krause. So we'll let you go. And we thank you as always for your time, Wayne.
Hey, we'll talk to you later in the week, guys. Have a good week.
There you go. Wayne Larrivee, brought to you by Co-op